Welcome into this first carrier update presented by Powerfleet. I'm Tony Mulvey. Donnie, I see we've got our FreightWaves NTI, and we see it trending down.
Yep, and I got compared here with our dry van outbound tender rejection index. So yes, as kind of expected, we hit the beginning of the month, and it's trending back down already very quickly here. And now, when we look at this chart, realize that it's about 285 to 295 on this. It looks like a really big increase, but it's still 10 cents a mile, sure. But it looks a lot bigger when you have this chart kind of narrowed in some. But it's picked up. We've passed the end of the month here. It's trending back down now, and what I expect for probably the first 2 to 3 weeks into July or June is for it kind of to be still very soft. And then right there kind of near the end to see it trend back up here. And I believe if we pop over here to our next chart here, I can show you the historical that's been going on with the dry van outbound tender rejection rates. We skipped one chart here, if we can back up one. But here we go. So if you kind of zoom in right here, we've got June right around in here. All the way to July right here, so this kind of middle section right here. You see where it kind of trends down there in the red, but that was a very robust year, so there wasn't as much change. But you can still see it here in the bottom too, just a little bit of bump up there in the purple, just a little. That was a very tough year. Then of course we have our COVID years. But normally what we're kind of seeing here is in the latter part of June, getting in towards that July. Of course, it's end of month, end of quarter, so they really want to get these items off their books, get them shipped, finish at the end of the month, and a good quarter. And of course, you got the 4th of July as well. So all kind of hit there together. Brings in kind of a strong ending to the second quarter or finish up a second quarter. And then of course, we head into the third quarter. Third quarter for the first part is going to be pretty rough, I believe. But we'll get into that here a little bit later. So right now, we really need to kind of dig in and find those markets that are changing, the ones that are in your area, and try to kind of keep upward pressure on your rates, because the shippers are really going to be pushing down on your rates right now. They have to jump in, they have to take advantage of this, because here we complain about the softening markets and say all this stuff. We're still at $2.90 a mile average spot rate. That's still a very strong spot rate. Everybody's still trying to keep it above $3, but a year or 2 years ago, 2019, it was $1.40 a mile.
Yeah, I think that's the key to remember, is we are still elevated compared to where we were. Granted, operating costs have increased as well. I think we'll talk about it a little later, diesel prices and things like that, but also insurance, maintenance, everything else has increased as well. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for this update, Donnie. We'll be sure to check in with you a little later. Right now, we'll toss it over to Sydney Edwards with our first look at headlines.